listening to the Lutheran Ladies Lounge podcast. I'm Sarah.
I'm Erin.
And I'm Rachel.
Pineapple.
Wait.
I'm jumping the gun. I did it.
Well, we don't even have to have an episode now. Roll credits, guys. You've been listening to the Lutheran Ladies Lounge. Find us wherever you get podcasts.
Oh my goodness. So we're talking about pineapple today, specifically on pizza. Thank you, Erin. It is my turn for a big question. And I did not want to ask something life-shattering or drama-inducing.
Dude, come on, Sarah.
Life-shattering and drama-inducing.
I tackle modesty, you get pizza? How does this work?
I chose my own adventure.
In what universe is this justice?
Because pineapple pizza is my favorite, and this is a hill I will die on. So,
actually, you are you're probably more likely to get beat up over this one. People do feel strongly about this, I've noticed.
They do. I do have a poll from the lounge that I will share later, and the results are actually surprising to me. So we'll talk about that in a hot second. But first, the reason this came up now actually is because National Pizza Day is on February 9th, and this episode is dropping on February 9th. So today, as this episode is dropping, is National Pizza Day. And so I thought, what better day to ask the big question, does pineapple belong on pizza? And later when I get to the poll, this is a different philosophical question I've learned than will you personally put pineapple on your pizza? Those are two different questions that I did not consider when I asked the poll. So that may have clouded the results a little bit, but we'll get to that in a second. First, my favorite pizza of all time that I really wish I could eat is Detroit-style Hawaiian pizza with pineapple and bacon. It is the absolute best pizza in my personal opinion. So I'm going to take this moment, since I have the mic, to also talk about the history of Detroit pizza for just a hot second, because people also need to know about Detroit-style pizza.
Yeah. I lived 40 minutes outside of Detroit, and I've never heard about Detroit-style pizza until 30 seconds ago.
Really?
So please, educate me.
Okay,
I want to know.
Detroit style is a real style of pizza. As I was growing up in the Detroit area, I didn't even know that people didn't know what this was, or that it was
Did you call it Detroit style? Was it just pizza?
I mean,
because you were in Detroit.
It was Buddy's Pizza. Buddy's Pizza is Detroit pizza because Buddy's is the original. So we just called it Buddy's.
Okay.
I had no idea until I moved outside of Detroit that this was such a big deal.
Okay, define it.
Okay, so the original Buddy's Pizza in 1946, Gus Guerra at Buddy's Rendezvous Pizzeria on 6 Mile and Conant. If you live in Detroit, you'll know where that is. In Detroit, made pizza in forged steel pans from the local auto plants. Obviously, they clean them. So they're these thick steel rectangle pans with really tall edges. And so Detroit-style pizza.
I love imagining these car workers being like, you know what we need? We need a good pizza plant.
Right.
We're gonna make our best pizza pan after work so that we're gonna get the best pizza. Okay, carry on.
It's good stuff. It's Sicilian inspired. It has a light crust, but it's crispy all around the edges because of the steel that it's baked in. That causes a different style of crust. It's kind of like pan pizza, except better and thicker and taller because the pan is 3 or 4 inches tall around the edges. So it's got square, I guess it's square, not rectangle, crispy cheese edges. If you like that burnt on crispy cheese.
I do.
Who doesn't really?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
All around the edges of this. Airy, crispy crust. And one of the most characteristic features is backwards toppings. So we flip the toppings going on. All right.
Okay.
So the pepperoni goes on the dough.
So the dough still goes in first.
Oh, yeah,
we're not changing.
Thank you for clarifying.
Okay, first
the toppings are first.
Yeah, okay.
So the dough is first, and that gets all light and crispy and airy. Your pepperoni goes on next, and then your Wisconsin cheese.
Okay.
And then your other toppings. And then you get 3 stripes of sauce on the top. There's not a lot of sauce on this. Good cheese, good toppings, not a ton of sauce.
You know what? My husband would love this. He doesn't
It's
care
so-
for a lot of sauce. I do.
Well,
I like a saucy pizza.
you can purchase actual Detroit style pizza pans on places like Amazon, or maybe like.
But are they really made with cast off car parts?
Probably not, but they
Probably
are
not.
steel
Mm.
because that's the important part. I mean, I don't know.
Deal.
Might be able to.
Detroit
Better
deal.
test that with the magnet before you believe what Amazon
Well,
says.
that is a fair point. I'm sure, I shouldn't say I'm sure, you may be able to find like a real authentic one on eBay or Etsy or something. I don't know. I didn't actually look. Now I need to look.
Okay.
Okay. But yes. And now I think it was a couple of years ago, I saw that like Jets Pizza and I think
Mhm.
Pizza Hut started actually advertising Detroit style pizza.
Mhm.
And that's when I realized like people don't know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
It blew my mind a little bit. So yeah, you can get Detroit style pizza all across the country now, and it is hands
So
down.
are
the
you
best.
saying Pizza Hut is Detroit style pizza, or they offer
They-
a Detroit style offering?
they offer Detroit style pizza now?
Okay.
Gotcha.
Is
Buddies.
Jets Detroit style
I don't
by default?
think so.
No. Okay.
No,
Okay.
Jets is New York style.
Yeah, no. Buddies
Okay.
is the original.
Buddies.
And
Buddy.
I just figured it out why it is that I lived so close to Detroit and never heard of Detroit style pizza. Because I might have lived 40 minutes from Detroit, but I lived 10 minutes from Domino's Farms.
Oh.
Ann Arbor is the headquarters of Domino's Pizza,
Yeah.
Okay.
and
That's fair.
they do not make Detroit style pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I lived like
Okay.
3 blocks from a Buddy's Pizza. And so
Huh.
every time we had pizza in grade school, it was Buddy's. So that's just what I grew up on.
Wow.
Okay.
Little
Different
Caesars is
worlds.
also in Detroit. So pizza in Detroit is a huge thing, like cultural phenomenon in Detroit.
Mhm.
So it's actually like, I think one of the earliest places in the US that actually had pizza or something in my very cursory research of pizza. I could be wrong, but
Neat.
from what I was being, from what I could tell, like around World War II, Detroit was one of the first places that had pizza,
Interesting.
I think, because 1946 is pretty
I bet
early
some
for pizza
people
in the
are probably
US.
going to fight you on that one.
They
But
might.
Bring
That's-
it. Bring it. That's
Fact
what we
check
say.
me, please.
Bring it.
That is not what I researched, so I could be wrong about that. Okay, so the history of pineapple on pizza. But back to the real question now that I've given you my Detroit fandom for the day. How did we get here? What's the deal with Hawaiian pizza, pineapple on pizza? Well, we're going to go back to the 1960s in Canada, of all places. And you know how much I love Canada too. That was not the reason I picked this. That was a surprise. I
Happy
do-
coincidence.
A very happy coincidence. I'm also a Canada fan. Sam Panopoulos was born in Vourvour, Greece in 1934. He emigrated from Greece to Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada in 1954 at the age of 20, settled in Sudbury and Elliott Lake, Ontario. So he owned the Satellite Restaurant in Chatham, Ontario. And then in the 1960s, he started serving pizza, which he tried in Naples a long, long time ago when he was making his way. He tried pizza in Naples on his way to North America, and it was this very new thing in Canada at the time. People in Detroit knew about it because they were already making Detroit-style pizza for like 20 years at this point. And I didn't know. Pizza wasn't super popular in America until after World War II. So interesting fun fact I learned along the way. So in 1962, he had a brilliant idea to put canned pineapple on his pizza. He was inspired by the Chinese dishes he would prepare that mix sweet and savory flavors. So that's where he got his inspiration from. And this makes sense why I like it then. Sweet and sour chicken was like my go-to meal when I was tiny Sarah and we would eat Chinese restaurants. It was always the pineapple sweet and sour sauce that I loved. So this tracks. So pizza at this time really didn't have a lot of variety. It was like cheese, sauce, pepperoni, mushroom. It was pretty simple, like straightforward classic pizza. And that's what a lot of people still like too, which is why pineapple is very controversial. A lot of people just like their straight up, very pizza purist recipes, which that's fine. He wanted to experiment. He wanted more. He wanted extra. So he experimented with pineapple, ham, bacon, other stuff. It was not popular at first. People are like, what the heck is this pineapple doing on a pizza? He earned the wrath of pizza purists all over the world. Well, maybe just Canada. Maybe not the world.
Do they have wrath in Canada?
Indians. What?
I'm not sure. I can't imagine Wrathful
Exaggerating.
Canadians.
mildly irked.
Wrath of people.
Any listeners in Canada, we love you. We're sorry for leaning into stereotypes here. You can be angry. It's fine.
I mean, it is a popular pizza now, but at the beginning, people are like, I don't really understand what's happening here. Now, you may be wondering why a Canadian invention of an Italian food got to be named after Hawaii. And it has nothing to do with the Hawaiian Islands. It actually is named after Panopoulos, named it after the brand of pineapple he was putting on the pizza. So it was Hawaiian pineapple on the pizza, therefore Hawaiian pizza. That's why that's actually the original reason why
you thought it came from Hawaii.
I was like, what?
Yeah, no, that makes
Hawaiian
sense. I would have
pizza.
thought the same.
Yeah, but no.
Okay.
No, it was just the brand of pineapple. Now, there were other people experimenting with pineapple around this time. So Panopoulos kind of gets everyone kind of credits him for credits him for it. There were other people that were kind of experimenting. The 60s were a wild time, people.
He had to bear the Canadian wrath, though. So it equals. She gets the glory and the Canadian wrath.
The 60s were a wild time in cuisine. As long as you could get it out of a can and put it in Jell-O, it was fair game.
Oh, gross.
Sorry.
But it's true. Is that when pineapple Jell-O was made too? Like, were people just having this pineapple thing going on in the 60s? Like, let's put it on everything. I don't know. I wasn't alive.
Okay.
But the German toast Hawaii was introduced by Germany's TV cook Clemens Wilmerod in 1955. The Hawaiian pizza of pineapple, papaya, and green pepper appeared in...
What?
No.
The 3 Ps.
Pineapple, papaya, and pepper.
Oh, Wait, what are the
pineapple, papaya, and green pepper?
Oh, you're right. You're right. It is green pepper.
Which is a very interesting combo. That was in Portland.
Oh, in Portland.
Appropriately.
Papaya.
1957. So, like...
That one didn't stick.
I don't know. Someone in Portland, fact check that. Do you still have papaya and pineapple and green peppers on your pizza? I need to... Judging by some of the responses in the poll, I would actually not be surprised now if that was still somewhere.
Okay.
And then in 1960, an episode of Rocky and Bullwinkle references pineapple people. But take that with a grain of salt. Yeah. Panopoulos is credited as the inventor of the real...
Panopoulos? Is that what you just said?
Panopoulos.
That's why he did it. Because his name just makes sense. I love this. So this is... In, popular culture, this is quite a divisive topic, which is why it's a big question. There tends to be very little middle ground about whether or not this fruit belongs on a pizza. A lot of people either love it or hate it. It is not a purist pizza. And some people think the flavors are weird, especially if you don't like sweet and savory. Like if sweet and sour chicken is not your thing, correlation. I wonder, people who don't like pineapple on pizza, if they also don't like sweet and sour chicken, that's
a good question.
It's the same kind of flavor combo. So in 2017, there was some drama here. Iceland's president, Guðni Jóhannesson, he caused an online frenzy after telling school children that pineapple did not belong on pizza and suggested that the combination should be banned. Very much doesn't like it. So Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of Canada came to his defense, and he recognized the slice of Canada in a tweet. I have a pineapple, I have pizza, and I stand behind this delicious Southwestern Ontario creation. I stand with you.
Notice he didn't actually say whether he enjoyed eating it himself, but just as a matter of principle, he will stand behind pineapple on pizza because it's Canadian.
It is Canadian. Yeah. I love it. Personally, this is hands down my favorite pizza. I would eat it every time I ate pizza, especially Detroit style if I could. I like it best with the classic like Canadian bacon and pizza. I think it needs that savory with it. Otherwise, it's a little weird to me. So I did do a poll in the Ladies Lounge group. That was kind of the whole point of this, to get people riled up about pizza on purpose. Sorry, not sorry. So let's see what the ladies said. I did a maximum science poll.
Yeah.
With only 2...
Not everyone appreciated
such
rigor, scientific rigor.
No, people did not appreciate this.
They didn't want limiting the variables.
No, and I did this very much on purpose. When I made the poll, I said, heck yes, and over my dead body. And I had a third option of like, maybe it's okay. And then I thought about it for a second. And I was like, no, I got yes or no. So some people were a little mad about that. Sorry. But this is when I learned the question of does it belong on pizza is different from would you put it on your own pizza?
Okay.
So that's, I think, a separate answer for a lot of people.
Understand. Tell me, unpack that for me.
So philosophically, there are a lot of people who are like, I won't put it on my pizza, but I'm totally fine if you put it on yours. So they're not like, absolutely no, it does not belong.
I see.
They're like, it's not for me, but it's okay for you. So those are kind of like two different things. And those are a lot of people showed up in the comments and were like, why are you being decisive? And I'm like, well, sorry, but it's Maximum Science poll. So you know,
I gotcha.
Yes. And so, I mean, I get it, but I had a specific purpose for this poll. I'm actually really surprised. I thought the no votes were going to show out a lot more than they actually did.
Yeah.
Okay, so I checked this earlier this week. I didn't check it today. But out of 401 votes, yes was winning by 73%.
Wow.
To 27% for no. I'm surprised. So it seems like, looking at this data, that the no people are a vocal minority. And I think the yes people get a little scared to voice their
Either that or all the people who were looking for some more ambiguity were like, whatever, I'll vote yes. It's fine.
Maybe.
Because I can see that sort of swing vote swinging to the yes side of things. So maybe our Maximum Science is
not so maximum.
It's hard to do Maximum Science in polling. It really is. It doesn't usually work out.
Yes. I was surprised at the high amount of yes votes.
That's fantastic, though.
Yeah. My people are out there. Yeah. So Meredith was one of the one that she was sad it was a black and white poll. There were plenty of other people who shared her opinion. I was looking to be decisive and divisive here. So that is what I wanted. That's what big questions are for. We had a lot of comments too. And there were a lot of fun ones where people were like, I don't know about pineapple, but this is all the weird stuff we put on our pizza. So this was fun in the comment section for this time. Some pizza has tuna, which is an interesting choice. I've heard of anchovy. I don't know that I've heard of tuna on pizza.
That's an Asian thing.
Okay.
At least that's where I've had tuna most often was in Asia.
That would be an interesting.
It's good.
It would be an interesting go. Yeah. Okay.
Mayonnaise.
So.
I know. That's also that's also a thing which I came to appreciate.
Wait, mayonnaise instead of tomato sauce?
Topped on top. Squirt a nice little topping of mayo.
That would be really good. As much as I like Alfredo sauce and ranch sauce on pizza.
I know. It was disconcerting when I first thought about it, but after I tasted it, I was like, I can get behind this. This is tasty.
I mean, it's just like a tuna sandwich with tomato and spices. My brain is expanding right now.
Like a tuna melt.
Oh, yeah.
It's sort of like a tuna melt.
But in pizza form.
Yeah.
Okay. I can understand this now. All right. So that was, somebody was like, hey, yeah, this is a thing too. Megan Lawson has the PPP pizza, which is pineapple, pepperoni, and dill pickles.
Oh.
Apparently lots of people do this, and I've never heard of it.
Dill pickles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. Okay.
I had to consider that for a second, but the flavor, I mean
pineapple, pepperoni.
And pickles.
Dill pickle.
Yeah.
Okay.
There were some people that were like, yeah, I love that.
You've got your tangy, you've got your spicy savory, and you've got your sour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah. Very interesting. Lauren Castro also on the pickles and pineapple and pickles train, but with black olives too. So that's another variation to this. Adds another very strong flavor to that. Very interesting. Kelly Rufato was afraid to be canceled, and I am too. That's what we're here for on these big questions. Lauren's husband is allergic to pineapple, which is super sad. That's a legit allergy too. We don't want to mess around with that. Haley Hazen has recently been converted to pineapple pizza, and I am here for that. She was like, I would have said no, but I just had a pineapple pizza 2 days ago, and now I love it. So got one more on the pineapple pizza.
Never too late.
Never too late. Allison mentioned jalapenos and bacon with her pineapple. I can see jalapenos more than pickles, I think.
Yeah.
Like more of a spicy kick to it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And Juanita wrapping up not wrapping up, I have more. Juanita is throwing out, getting ahead of myself in my notes. Juanita throwing out a South African combination of pineapple, bacon, and bananas and a whole lot of garlic.
Actually, that sounds good.
Bananas. Okay.
I had never thought of putting bananas on pizza, but fried banana on pizza is a South African thing.
I can
And
see it.
it would be very interesting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yes. And then now Jenny Hurl's family, their usual is pineapple, tomato, onion, green pepper, and mushroom. This doesn't have any meat on it. It's very interesting. So, but a lot of these are that sweet, savory, spicy, because you kind of have to.
Yeah.
I think with all of these, the lesson here, if you're going to do the sweet, you got to balance it out with something. Otherwise, it does get a little weird. Like you got to have a nice full flavor palette going on with the pineapple on the pizza. So those are the opinions from the lounge. Y'all know how much I love this. Now I need to know what you guys think.
Well, as I said, I'm on team pineapple.
You did say that.
I love it, and I am happy to have it. I like it with many toppings. I'm fine with it in the traditional Hawaiian pizza. That's fine. But honestly, I like it as an addition to like a supreme pizza. Just add some pineapple on there along with the rest. But that's how I roll, as you guys know. I like all the things together. So this is not a surprising thing. But guess what I realized as you were saying this. So February 9 rhymes with pine. And that stands for pizza.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Rachel, what's your opinion?
Oh, I love pineapple on pizza. I always have.
You love it. Okay.
Actually I'm with you. If I can only have 2 toppings on my pizza, so those pizza deals, pick 2 toppings. It's pineapple and bacon.
I always pay extra for
Ham
those.
and pineapple's okay. Bacon and pineapple is stunningly good. Yeah, and I think part of it is that I've always had sort of an aversion to heartburn causing foods. And so pepperoni is one of my least favorite pizza toppings. But pineapple is just so much milder, especially when paired with ham or bacon, that it just goes down more easily. Yeah. And I wonder but then there are many people who love those super strong flavors. Some of my kids are very, very fond of pepperoni or even spicier meats on their pizzas. Yeah. I just can't tolerate it, and I've never had a fondness for it. Yeah. I love pizza. I make my own pizza. And yes, I usually buy some pineapple to go on the pizza, at least one of them. Although lately we've been on a margarita pizza kick, which is its own special thing. Yeah. But yes, there's always a pineapple pizza included in the lineup, and it's one of my favorites. So no shame.
It's just so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It is.
Well, and we've mentioned, so bacon, Canadian bacon, and ham are 3 different, like they're all pork. But they are 3 different things. So, and I don't know. I don't know how many pizza places differentiate between Canadian bacon and ham, because I feel like a lot of times those get lumped together. But
that was going to be my question: is how are those 2 different?
So I actually looked this up right now because I was like, while you were talking, I was like, bacon versus Canadian bacon. What is this? So American bacon is just like extra. Right. It's the fatty pork belly with salt and sugar. Like it is the extra bacon. Canadian bacon.
It's candy meat.
Yes, basically. Canadian bacon is made from lean pork loin, so it's much milder. Okay. But ham, according to the internet and my very cursory research, is the hind legs of the pig. So
Canadian bacon is really more of just a special subset of what the larger group of ham could be.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, it's just a different cut of pork.
Okay.
And it's processed differently.
Okay.
So, I mean, technically it's all some version of ham, but American bacon is just, it's fattier. So that's going to make it very different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I can't remember. I think we usually have it with Canadian bacon. I don't know that I've ever had it. I shouldn't say that. I think the way we used to get it all the time was Canadian bacon, but we were right next to Canada. So of course we had to do Canadian bacon. This is how we roll in the Detroit area. So my friends in Michigan, if you want to go to like the original Buddies and send me some fan mail from the original Buddies, I shouldn't say original, from Buddies Pizza. Like there's one in Dearborn. That's the one I grew up within walking distance to. It smells so good. I took pictures of it. We were there at Christmas. I was like, look, it's Buddies. Send me some fan mail. Or just like tell us your stories. We want to know more stories. I know we've already had the poll up in the lounge for a while and there were some comments, but tell us more about your pizza, your love for pizza. Tell us your stories in the Lutheran Ladies Lounge. We want to know. All three of us are lovers of pineapple on pizza, which I think is fantastic. So tell us more in our Facebook group, the Lutheran Ladies Lounge on Facebook. You can comment here. You can also comment when this posts on Instagram, and we'll have some more questions and fun stuff happening on Instagram the rest of the week about pineapple and pizza. You can do that on our Instagram page at Lutheran Ladies Lounge. You can find all of our episodes at kfuo.org/Lutheran Ladies Lounge on your favorite podcasting app or on the KFUO radio app. You're listening to the Lutheran Ladies Lounge podcast. I'm Sarah, Team Pineapple.
I'm Aaron, Team Pineapple.
And I'm Rachel, also Team Pineapple. Sorry, were you hoping for more conflict in this episode?
Yes!
Oops.
Views and opinions expressed on the Lutheran Ladies Lounge podcast may not represent the official position of the management or ownership of KFUO Radio, the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod. The Lutheran Ladies Lounge is produced by KFUO Radio and available at kfuo.org or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave a review for us too. If you love the Lutheran Ladies Lounge podcast, consider financially supporting our producer, KFUO Radio, so we can keep doing what we do. Find out how at kfuo.org/give.